Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. This is your daily reading for Friday, April the 6th of 2024. Let's have a look and see what energies we've got coming out here for you guys. Reminder, we are heading full swing into solar eclipse energy. Don't forget to check out your solar eclipse readings. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising sign for the big picture. This is quite a big one. Hopefully, if you're lucky, hopefully you have an opportunity to see it. This is, if you've got clear skies anyway, maybe you can even see it through some hazy clouds. This is visible from all the way from Mexico through the US and into Southeast Canada, or actually into Canada itself. It's depending where you are on the path of totality, depends on how much you'll be able to see it. So it's quite an exciting event whenever we do get a solar eclipse. They are kind of mystical, magical, and they bring people out of the woodwork. They also make some people Looney Tunes, so just be aware of that. Okay, we can get some very interesting characters coming out of the woodwork with those eclipses. However, we have the Weaver of Challenges coming out here for you guys today. Now, this is sword energy. All right, and in the sword energy, we do have Mercury retrograde going on, but we also do have some eclipse energy, so we could be getting some clarity about something. You could be having some thought-provoking conversations with people today. You could be doing some problem solving today. You could really be tapping into your inner wisdom today here as well. This is the Queen of Swords energy, so perhaps there might be some truths that come to light. You could be discovering some information, or again, making some very important decisions. Whatever your situation is, your intuition is very much heightened today in this energy. So trust yourself to make the right choices, decisions, to speak wisely, okay, and speak calmly in this energy as well. But also, again, there might be some very interesting conversations that do come up either today or as you go through the weekend. Now, the Weaver of Challenges, the Queen of Swords energy can also have you setting intentions. So maybe you're getting very clear on what you do and don't want in your life, and you're very willing, very able, and very capable to make those changes, to cut something loose, if you will, if necessary. All right, so certainly thoughts, communication, decisions, intuition, wisdom, they are all prevalent for you here today. There could also be in this energy a very important person that you're talking to. The Queen of Swords or the Weaver of Challenges can be somebody who is quite articulate in the way they speak. They could be weaving a tale of some kind, okay, telling some sort of story. So it might be quite an interesting story that they tell. If you are looking for some sort of insight or advice or something, this particular person would tell it like it is. Always be aware and always be careful when you ask a Queen of Swords kind of person for their opinion or for their insight, because they will give it to you. They're not going to sugarcoat anything for you. They're just going to give you the truth. So sometimes the truth hurts, right? Sometimes, we think we want the truth. And then when someone tells us the truth, then we're like, okay, yeah, you didn't really have to tell me that, that kind of thing. So be careful what you ask with this kind of person, because they're just going to let it out. They're just going to let all the cards on the table. Do I look fat in these jeans? Yes, you do. Do you think I made a mistake? Oh, yeah, a big one. Right. So, they're not really gonna massage any kind of the messages at all, but they're honest and they're truthful and they're open. Right. So this person could actually maybe kind of jolt you into reality a little bit today here as well. But make sure that some of you are examining some boundaries that you've put up in your life, or where you need to put some boundaries or reestablish them as well. We all know that we need to put up boundaries. We all know that that's the healthy thing to do. We all know that we should not let people trample all over us or overstep the boundaries. And yet, here we are. We tend to do that anyway, because sometimes we're just not up for an argument. Sometimes we just don't have the energy to argue, or, we just had a bad day and you're like, oh, whatever, fine. Think about the boundaries that you put up with your children. Oh, mom, can I have ice cream after dinner? No, you're not allowed ice cream after dinner. It's a school night. And then just one of those days you got a bad day and you're tired and you're exhausted and you just don't care. You're just like, fine, have the ice cream, right? Well, there's a boundary overstepped. So we all know that we need to, have these things in place, right? But sometimes we need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. So you might be doing that today. We have the 10 of Boons coming in here for you guys. And so this can actually be really wonderful. Tens are a culmination of something, right? The abundance of something. So this can be something coming to fruition or abundance in your material world. This is the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So you could be having an important conversation with a family member, an enlightening conversation at that. Perhaps you do need to put up some boundaries with some family or some friends at this time as well. But the 10 of Boons, the 10 of Pentacles is always a pleasure to see. And in this is benefiting you the most. This is a blessing for you guys today. So happy home, happy family, stability, security in the long term. Some of you could be in discussions about some sort of inheritance, maybe entering the family business. Perhaps a family member has some really good advice for you about financial matters or about real estate, that kind of thing. Because when we do get the 10 of Pentacles, we do have abundance in our lives of all kinds, but we can get something handed down to us, right? We inherit something. So you can inherit information, you can inherit talent, you can inherit advice, right? But you can also inherit material things. So you might actually be getting a gift or something this weekend. This might also be a day where you're talking about a family gathering as well. Maybe you're all going to get together if you are able to, and watch and have a solar eclipse watching party or something like that if you're able to. Maybe you're planning some sort of family feast or some sort of get together. This can be really wonderful. But this is a very abundant time for you. Some of you have something coming to fruition at this time, and of course this exciting new moon energy can bring in new beginnings, a fresh start, and it can also bring something to you, right? So you could have something that is very much a gift or a blessing, something that brings abundance and maybe even some prosperity into your life, and something that comes to fruition. So this can be really exciting in this energy, but whatever it is, abundance, family, friends, feast, fortune, you name it. Okay, we've got some great things going on there for you. We have the Hermit coming in here as your challenge energy. Come on, come on. You know you want to go to that get together. The Hermit does tend to be a little bit of a solitary energy. It's like, no, I just want some alone time. So you could be struggling to find some alone time, especially if there's a lot of people around you, either through your day today or through your weekend. The Hermit card is where we do want to retreat into our bat cave. We want to retreat and go into hermit mode. We want to connect with ourselves. We want to do some soul searching contemplation. Maybe you want to do some meditation. Maybe you want to do some cleansing and purging with the moon cycles, whatever it is that you want to do to engage with your higher self, with your heart, mind, body, and soul. It might be a little bit of a challenge for you in this energy, right? Where do I find the time? I just want a little bit of peace and quiet. So you might need to get inventive, okay, to find that space that it is that you're looking for. And this is a challenge, but it's not insurmountable. It's just something you need to work through, or something you need to address, or something you need to tackle a little bit differently. Okay, now the Hermit card is also about being solitary, being alone a little bit here in this energy. So, perhaps part of the challenge for some of you here is getting outside, getting out of the house, engaging, being social. All right. So maybe you're, kind of in this energy where you may have accepted an invitation to go somewhere or do something with some people. And when the day comes around, you're like, no, I don't want to go. I don't feel like it. I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to have a shower today. I just don't. I just want to watch a movie and eat popcorn. Okay. So this might be something that you are working through. Okay. Sometimes when we get into bat mode here and we just want to squirrel ourselves away from the world and have some quiet time, sometimes we don't want those disruptions. We don't want to get dressed. We don't want to go outside. But I feel like here with this 10 of Boons coming in, this 10 of Pentacles energy, that, by making yourself go somewhere that maybe it's nothing wrong with it or anything like that. You maybe just don't feel it the day of. Sometimes when we kind of force ourselves out of our comfort zone, okay, sometimes we get a lot of blessings when we do that. We end up having fun. We end up talking to people. We end up having some good food, that kind of thing. And even if you deke out a little bit early, you still feel good that you went. So a little bit of kick in the pants energy if you are supposed to go somewhere that might promise to be a little bit fun. Being alone in that regard, right, may not be the order of the day for you. All right. Sometimes we do need to do things that on the day of we don't really feel like doing. Right. So, but we end up having a good time. But again, by the same token, right? Perhaps, you do need to replenish your energy a little bit. You do need to relax a little bit. You do need to make sure that you are taking care of your own energy and your own needs. So perhaps finding a little bit of healthy balance between socialization, between family and time spent in solitude is going to be where you're going to need to make some decisions here and put up some boundaries. So instead of spending a day like 8 hours, 10 hours out at some family gathering, you pare it back to 2 hours, right? And this is where you reclaim a little bit of your time. If you're really working hard on a project, in that Ten of Boons energy, right? The Queen of Swords energy is where you say, okay, I'm going to put the alarm on. I'm going to put the timer on. I'm going to finish exactly at this time. Otherwise, I'm going to get carried away. And then you have a little extra time all of a sudden to spend with yourself, right? So a little bit of discernment there with your timing may be necessary. But I do feel here that there might be some great importance for you to spend a little bit of quiet time, whether it's today or through your weekend, just to have that quiet space, just to ground yourself in this energy, because we do have some chaotic energy that's here. Okay. And, you might need to make some important decisions, or again, set a time limit on something, that'll take you out of your quiet space. We have the Three of Visions coming in here for you. We've got our three little dancing bears. So cute. This is your advice from Spirit. And what do you think that advice is? Socialize. Get outside. Have some fun. Engage in some playtime. Lighten your load. Right? The Three of Visions, the Three of Cups energy is where we get together. It's a very social card, right? We get together with friends or family. We have a good time. We feed our inner child. We have some fun. We celebrate. And we essentially have a good time. This can also be your Spirit saying, go out and have some fun. Okay? We're not going to ignore Spirit, are we? No. Okay. We can also say here that part of your advice from Spirit here is to prepare yourself for some potentially really good news. Something that will cause you to want to call up your friends or your family and rejoice and celebrate. So you could have something to celebrate coming up this weekend. And again, with that Ten of Boons there, you could potentially be getting some sort of help in buying a house, or maybe some financial advice from a family member, or perhaps like a gift or an inheritance may come to you as well. But this can also be where Spirit says, hey, if you're thinking about somebody, maybe you got a Virgo person on your mind with the Hermit card there. This is a time for get-togethers. This is a time for reconciliation, a fresh start, a new beginning, or to call up those friends that you haven't seen for a while. Be aware that the Hermit energy here, if you have a friend that's maybe feeling a little bit blue or you haven't seen for a while, call up that friend, because maybe they're going through some stuff and you don't always know. People don't always share, right? Or maybe you feel as though, hey, we haven't seen this person for a while. I wonder what they're up to. And you might need to coax a friend out of their shell as well. But I'm going to leave all that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. Remember, we are in the eclipse energies there. If you can see this eclipse, more power to you. I'd love to see some pictures of it. I love eclipses. I love moon energy, right? And, even though sometimes it does bring in chaos and surprises, I like it anyway. So my dad, when I grew up, my dad, he's an amateur astronomer. Always had his face in the sky in the clouds, as did I. So I love the celestial events and stuff. They're always really quite fun and interesting. Where I am, I'm only going to see about 17% of this eclipse if my skies are clear. Clouds in the forecast for me, I think. So if you do get a chance to see any of it, I would love to see some pictures. But I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. So please like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.